Welcome to Faith Edge, you filthy criminals.
Hey, 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 hey. I am not
What did you
I'm not filthy, okay?
You're pretty filthy.
log do crime?
Only slightly
Log
filthy.
get time.
Person.
Yeah. Well, you've been hanging out in your holding cells for a while now. It's really dull, kind of comfy actually, rather spacious. It's comfortable in my cells actually. Um, but beyond that, it's been boring. A few people have come in and out. A few words have been spoken. Most people have been ignoring you. You've been having time to sort of stew in your cells
Uh,
until
I supposed to have no health.
no, you can increase your health. It's just what the token would
Yeah,
default
that
set
that's
to.
that's fine.
If there's anything you guys would like to know before I continue, feel free to ask.
I'm presuming these are
Um,
like solid walls and a solid door, like we can't actually see out of the cell.
the door does have bars, and there are small windows. It's a holding cell. People are meant to look in and out. It's not
Right,
private
but
in any anyway.
can we see to like the adjacent cells?
Yes, of course.
Oh,
No, okay, no. Where the wall is one tile thick, that's where the bars are in general. But the two tile thick, you cannot see through.
right.
You can stick your arm out and like wave your arm on out into the hallway, and then people could like see from like out from inside their cells. But it's not. You
Cree
can't see.
probably did that. Saw a giant lizard arm come out of his neighboring cell. It was just like, okay,
Nope.
never mind.
How long have we been here, I suppose? Have we just ever like
uh,
been shoved in here recently, or has it been like
it's relatively recently. It's been about. Some of you've been here longer than others. Cree, you've been here for 5 days. Mostly because they don't really know what to do with you yet, and there's been a lot of discussion about you, where to even put you, whether you should just be offed or something like that.
Cree
Um,
did nothing wrong.
Kree's a mutant, from what you've gathered.
Ignorant fools.
Ignorant fools, yeah. Other of you have been
No,
here
he's a
rather
mutant.
recently. In a rather bit of a huff, you probably hear Kai get tossed into his cell, and after a bit of yelling,
It's yelling and
uh,
possibly something being thrown.
possibly being thrown. It wasn't nice in any way. Kai also probably has a bloody lip. Stoder, you've been here for about 4 days, and they've been kind enough to actually leave you with your familiar, as you have not actually committed any obvious crimes. They're being quite nice with you. Uh, Even sometimes passing you like a piece of reading material, just keeping you busy. It's a complicated situation. You're more of a political prisoner than really crime, so they're giving you a good time here.
I don't know.
Uh,
It says I was arrested for heresy.
yeah, it's alleged heresy. There's not very much proof. The more proof there is, the more harsh they are. It's not. It's so far. It's a bit of a sort of wishy-washy situation, especially with you being actually part of another neighboring city's guild. They don't really want to put them on bad terms. Sal, you were carried in here by your armpits and thrown in a cell.
in here, baby?
Yeah, tiny baby person, get in the fucking box.
Yeah, Sal probably wouldn't have resisted the move. Well, not that he really had the choice in coming along with Leia, apparently, since he's hoisted up like a baby, but he wouldn't have resisted the guards taking him in.
Yeah. Um, but luckily, your harsh treatment has not been going on for very long. Rhea, you're one of the newest arrivals, coming in recently today, actually. Um, Being able to quietly sit within your cell, it's a calm place, a bit disconcerting, dark, can't really see the sky. You have a feeling you're pretty deep underground.
I hate this. I
Yeah.
hate everything about this.
You're very quiet, Rose, as well.
That's how much I hate it. I'm just seething so much that my voice be like ascended.
Yeah. People are not treating you too harshly, but there's a bit of wariness to you, to how you've been treated.
I mean, I mean, It's not like I'm literally made of stars or anything.
No, it's a bit weird. It's kind of manifests in the fact that they don't really take anything from you, and they try to minimize contact. Honestly, the trays for your food kind of, if you were here any longer, they would be starting to stack up. You got breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they haven't taken any of the done trays away from you compared to everyone else.
I'm going to make a ladder out of here somehow with these. I don't know how.
Yeah, Kree, you vile mutant. Yeah, they're taking things from you, and they're giving you just like bottom of the pot stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't seem too bothered. He eats it. If he gets hungry again, he starts eating the tray.
It's a wood tray. It's a nice. It's a
It,
bit
it, it,
pulpy. You
it,
can, if you chew it up a bit, you can get a nice wood flavor out of it.
it's good for keeping his teeth in shape.
Yeah. You get yelled at after doing that for a while.
Well, you should try feeding me properly then.
All right, move them up to from rat folk portions to, I don't know, fucking dwarf portions. I don't
Do
know.
not give him my portions.
I'm not giving them your portions. You, jeez.
Give
Don't
me
worry
his
about it.
portions.
No.
He clearly doesn't want them.
He walks away. The guards are very serious people. And you actually gather from what you see on the. Actually, no. I'm gonna ask for the first roll. Anyone with a religion, please roll me a religion check.
Now everyone scrabbles to check what skills they actually have.
What? What do I have? I don't
Excuse me,
know.
I know what I have.
Don't
Is my
care about
religion
religion.
better than my bardic lore? It's not.
Oh, we're actually a kind of religious party.
It's called faith eds for a reason, I guess.
Dog not.
I worship everything involving the cosmos. Also, an oracle. They get religion for some reason in this one.
Yeah. Rhea and Kai, both of you recognize this. Kai, because you've actually lived here for a while and you just probably know this for a fact. This place is a tandem prison between Iori and Asmodeus. Um, it is known as the Black Cliff Penitentiary and Rehabilitation Center. All the guards here either worship Asmodeus or Iori, and they believe that through hard work and community building, that eventually people could be reintegrated back into society as a productive member of said culture or society. To limiting effect, a lot of the times it ends up with people staying down here for years, working in some of the labor camps or the mines, as it would be, or dying in horrible mining accidents. And it has not gotten the best credibility um, in that regard. However, if you could avoid the mining accidents, it's not terribly uncomfortable. There is a communal section, but in recent days, with events involving local heresies, people have been been put on edge, and the place has been getting packed rather recently. However, after a bit of time, eventually a guard will go to each of you and collect you, and taking you to a certain location just at the front of the cells.
Where'll I go?
You'll see. You're gonna go talk to the warden. Some interesting is going on.
Dog like interesting.
Uh, he kind of gives you the I hope you do.
Dog like interesting a lot. Interesting fun.
I have a question. So,
Yeah.
are all these other cells filled, I assume? Just not by people important enough for tokens?
Yes. They're mostly filled. This place is actually being rather packed recently, especially with new arrivals of local heresy events. Apparently, people are getting a bit twitchy. A lot of people are getting interviewed and actually just released.
They're kind of making a show of doing their job by doing it to random folks.
Yeah, they're it's less that and more flagrant accusations. It seems somewhere in the higher ups has gotten a bit twitchy, you would assume.
Right, they're essentially they're like jumping. The higher up person's jumping at shadows and is now going. Everyone's a fucking heretic. Bring them all in. Find something on them. They must be lying.
Yes. Someone's gone a bit twitchy. You don't know who or why or what spurred it.
Wasn't my fault.
And eventually you will all be led one by one into this room here, where you'll see a woman, back turned to you, very casual. A few other guards in the room, and you guys have been shackled, so you can't really move your arms too much, but your legs are free. And it's not painful shackles. Those are nice. They're comfortable. They're not too harsh.
He sort of walks in, looks around at who else has been brought in with him, looks at the anime jailer, like, "Hey up, Sam. What's up? We been released yet?"
No. As you will, she will turn around and address you all finally once you all arrived. No, you all have been luckily chosen to take part in a new rehabilitation program.
What that?
It's a program that we're working with between us and the intelligentsia to make sure that we can get better results out of people getting back into society.
Program?
You'll be told about that in short order. However, first things first, I would like to meet my new people I will be talking with in recent times. I'm going to want to get recent updates about how things have been going. So, is anyone feeling volunteer? I want to make sure that our notes on your individual characters are correct and
That
nothing has been
all
slipping through the
depends.
cracks.
Are you willing to give me back my clan dagger and my cat?
That can be negotiated.
Then I'm listening.
Mind you, you still be integrated within the prison. However, I will be perfectly willing to accept some extended privileges, as long as you're willing to participate in this study. If not, we can always take you out and, frankly, deal with you if you feel like your judgment with the gods is going to be better luck with us than us.
I'm starting to get that feeling, but I'm still willing to hear you out.
Wonderful. That's a great sign of a cooperation, I'll say. So talkative is this dwarf that I think you should go first. Tell me, why are you here, and tell me about yourself. She walks up and
I'm
actually gets.
here because I missed with a bomb and none of you respect the gods proper.
I do quite respect the gods proper. Oh my.
Then tell
Uh,
me why I'm arrested for referencing the name for a daughter of Torag.
I do believe there's been a misunderstanding about why you've been arrested, sir.
No, there is no misunderstanding with what your guardsmen said as they were beating me upside the head.
You will have to understand that there was a bit of a stressful situation recently. I do believe you're involved with many of the explosives that recently entered the lower mines within these areas, correct?
Well, I should hope so. It was my job.
Well, recently there's been a bust. Frankly, a lot of people who should not have these bombs recently got a hold of them.
What?
Frankly, it's actually something I've been very curious about. I'm wondering if you knew anything about it.
Telling me those damn thieves made off with one of the formulae?
Seems so, Master Dwarf.
Well, give me my cat, give me my clan dagger. I'll go root 'em out and blow 'em up for you.
Frankly, the investigation's already on the way, and we don't want you to get in the way. However, if the case does come to be true that you are, in fact, not guilty of these transgressions and providing them with said explosives, then you'd be welcome to be left and go free. But for now, you're going to be taking part in our study. Um, and frankly, that little bellicose attitude could use a bit of smoothing over.
Uh, give me my clan dagger and my cat, then we'll talk.
Yeah, absolutely. She looks at a guard and makes a hand gesture. He wanders off and closes the door behind him. He doesn't come back for a while.
Like,
However, while that's being sorted, how about you, lady? Frankly, your form's a bit perturbing.
Yeah, just kind of quirks a brow at her. Doesn't look like she really wants to talk.
She runs a
She's just
hand
kind
through
of
your
staring her.
she runs a hand through your hair and marvels at the fact that it's kind of sparkly.
Oh, personal space.
Now she
Yeah,
is
Rhea looks like she wants to stab her for a second, but has no capability of doing this. Just kind of stares at her.
I
There's a
will
brief.
ad- I will admit there is a level of intriguingness to your form. I was, but you'll have to forgive me. I did have to. No, not forgive, more thank. I did have to take a bit of liberty to make sure the intelligentsia didn't get their hands on you. After all, you are a rather interesting subject with powers that I can't quite describe, nor can they. Frankly, they're very curious.
Can can you at least get one of your guards to get the horrible amount of trays out of my cell? I only eat a little bit of what you guys give me. It's going to rot.
Hmm, right.
Oh,
I
I love
think I
your
can.
leftovers.
Oh, living dumpster can speaks up. Sure, absolutely. I can get that arranged. I'm not intimidated by your form. Oh, what was your name? She looks down at a clipboard she's carrying in her other hand. Rhea, I believe?
She kind of frowns and then just nods.
Most people are intimidated. It's a form most people don't quite understand. Personally, I don't understand myself either. However, uniqueness is not necessarily evil. Personally, I'm willing to give you a chance. And with your talents, I'm sure we can find something you're useful for.
How promising.
I like to think so. You, I'm surprised with.
Yeah, I was gonna have a question, Sideline. Has Sal's treatment been indicative that he thinks Save know he's a noble? Like, has it been anything other from what he's recognized from other people, or has it ever been
No,
maybe directly addressed?
no.
Okay,
I've gotten conflicting reports. I suppose we should start with. Uh, Tell me, what is your name?
Sal just kind of stands there, all 3 foot of him, and just kind of gives Benedict a look up and down. My name is Sam.
Sam. Do you have a family name? She will actually, because a bit, she's very friendly and presents herself very kindly, but she has no respect for personal space. And she'll actually kneel down so she's at eye level with Sam.
Sam looks pointedly kind of annoyed at this. Just think of that fucking meme where it's like how to talk to children.
Yes, she is breaking all the rules.
Sam Hogfoot.
Sam Hogfoot. Okay. Because we've got conflicting reports, I'll be honest with you. Would you like to know what we have going on?
Sam doesn't say anything else.
No?
You can tell me as you wish.
Interesting. Well, we've been having a recent heresy problem in the town. Many issues with cults, bargains with outer beings that are banned, and actually surprising levels of cult activity worshipping demons.
Sam just kind of
Frankly,
reaches a finger up to scratch his nose.
frankly, it is also interesting by the fact that a local noble house of halflings recently burned down. We think it's attributed to the cultists. However, we don't have you in any recognition, at least not in physical characteristics, so I guess you have nothing to do with such a thing?
I'm afraid not. I'm just a simple prisoner caught by some guards on an unfortunate night, as many people seem to be.
Unfortunate night. We did find you with cultist robes, however, I will say, so you certainly fit the bill.
I never said who it was unfortunate for.
Oh, wow, threatening for all your stature.
I meant myself.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. Never mind. Do like
Your
a prisoner with a bit of bite.
your goal here is rehabilitation, yes?
Yes, of course. Get you back into society, make yourself useful for the people in large.
Sal like looks at the other people here, then looks back to himself, and exactly where would I fit in with this group?
Cleverness. Frankly, if you're able to find a cult and join it, it means that you're particularly have a keen eye. Not especially when they've been eluding us for so long.
And we'll be
In
dealing with
touch.
these cults.
Yes, of course. If frankly, after a bit of you stewing in here and thinking about the actions of your recent actions, I think we can have something to work together. Especially if any of your information actually comes out to be true, if you're willing to, you know, lend us an ear. But I will leave you to consider that. There are other things we need to go to. For example, like a little mm, boisterous fellow over here. She stands up, brushes herself up, readjusts her clipboard, and walks over to Kai.
And kneels
Says
down
nothing.
again.
Kai says nothing. It's just glaring daggers.
That's exactly what I expected from your report. My, truly, you are as angry as they say. So, I suppose you won't talk to me. Is there anything else you would like for me to negotiate? Because frankly, you're the most complete report we have.
Part of the
Truly,
surprise. But
it's disappointing, I will say. Frankly, you had a lot of potential, from what I can see. Champion of Iori, physical fighter, powerhouse, and those tattoos and mystical abilities. I'm sure your aunt is very disappointed in you, though.
stares at her.
Still nothing? I do want to be your friend.
Hmm.
I I just wish you would not be on this path. And honestly, frankly, it's a bit self-destructive. A bit of time cooling out, chilling, relaxing. Eventually, I'm sure a bail will come for you. And frankly, I believe you should use this time to actually calm down. But until then, I won't tolerate you beating up my prisoners.
I've not beat
Understood?
anyone up.
Yes, you have. I know you will. Just want you to know that there will be punishments when it happens. You creature.
Hey up, Ben.
Right. You're interesting. I don't know what you are. Explain.
Not a whole lot to explain. I'm a Panol.
Penal.
Yeah, well,
Is that
you're I presume a human. He's big lizard guy. She's sparkly um star lady. I'm a Panol. One of those things.
Penal? We don't have any records of Penols within our documentation, at least not within this local area.
Yeah,
Is that
I've
like a
been.
subgenus or a species of rat folk?
Ah, don't go there, mate. No, it's nothing like that. But you know, not exactly from around here. I travel a lot, explore a lot, follow where the curiosities go. You know how it is.
Ah, vagabond, hobo. All right.
Yeah,
I'm sure
some
you can
say
find a few
hobo,
skills.
some say other things. Whatever fits the bill.
Do you have any useful skills?
Uh, he thinks for a moment as I check my skills.
Do you have any useful skills?
Oh,
Central interview.
You know, dumpster diving, being able to eat anything.
Well, okay.
No,
With
no,
the lack of
I'm good at making things. You know, I can cobble stuff together from pretty much whatever I find. Bit of
then
an
you'll be
iron
quite
stomach as well.
useful down. That I can't say is a personal trait that will lend you any credence here. However, the making things will be lending will lend great use to the people below us. Huh. Well, you seem reasonable, friendly to say the least.
Yeah,
Just a bit.
he's just sort of stood there casual. His hands are manacled, but they're sort of stuffed into his pouch, like he was using it as a pocket.
That is slightly disturbing. Is that natural for Opanos?
Yeah, pretty much.
Tell me, can you read and write?
Some are bigger than others. Uh, I can read. I can sort of write. Not. It's a bit of a bit of the old chicken scratch, but some can read
Well,
it.
I can read just fine. So, I would like you to do me a favor when you have the opportunity. Uh, we don't have any documentation on Pinols, and frankly, getting an opportunity to address one would be interesting. If you would, could you write an essay on your existence while you're down there? We'll provide you with a pen and paper.
You're setting me homework on top of the rest of this stuff.
And you have homework regardless. Think of it as an excuse not to do heavy labor.
I'd almost prefer the heavy labour. I'm
We
also
know
I'm,
you.
I'm also assuming barbarians can read and write in this edition.
They can.
Good.
Right. The thing is that we are well aware of your strength. That's not in question. It's simply your mind that we seem to be lacking information about. Also, you don't carry any diseases, do you?
Nothing you really have to worry about. Not unless I bite ya. And he makes sort of playful biting motions.
And she, as you do that, she actually sticks her hand in your mouth and looks at your teeth, like, kind of holding your mouth, uh, uh, Kree's mouth open, trying to figure it out. She seems very inquisitive about like people and biology and stuff like that, but
Ah, how hard do I
again,
bite?
no sense of.
No, it's a bad idea to bite down. He won't bite. He's not stupid.
And well mannered, I will say.
Yeah, well, you gotta have manners sometimes. Though you won't find me sticking my hand in random people's mouths.
Ah, it's a more of a professional courtesy.
Yeah, well, courtesy is to say please first.
That's fair. That's on me. I'll accept that. You know, you keep up with that attitude. I don't expect you to be here for very long.
Yeah.
You, large one.
Hey, Log,
Could you kneel,
you have pretty
please?
hair.
Thank you. I try to keep it very nice. Could you
Sure,
kneel
Log,
down,
sit
please?
down.
Thank you.
Log just flops onto his butt. There you go.
Wonderful. Tell me, the circumstances for your arrest are a bit interesting.
Mean.
Could you? I have my notes and I see observations, but could you run me through your perspective?
Raid. You raid Log base. You raid Boss base.
Correct.
Capture Log.
Correct.
Capture a few others. Boss
Yeah,
get out.
we're well aware.
But that's
J-
it. You
You are a rather simple creature, I'll admit. Um,
yes.
do you associate yourself with
Hey,
them?
mate,
Are
that's
you just
rude, that
a
is.
boss? Uh,
No,
right,
Log simple. Log like simple. Simple
right.
good.
Do you associate yourselves with them? You do
Ooh,
realize what they were.
ooh, what? Yeah. Log boss take Log in. Boss good to Log. Boss good guy. Boss
Mm,
best guy, honestly.
perhaps to his own kin, but he has a selfish streak. And frankly, you're correct, he has eluded our capture. You wouldn't happen to know about his whereabouts, would you?
Boss no tell Log stuff like that.
It's fair. I'm assuming he used you for like pet errands and things along those lines.
No, Log collections.
Collections, I suppose. You are very large.
No. Log not. Well, yes and no. Log good at what Log do. Log not strong though. Not very strong. Just a little
Really?
strong.
Ah, could have fooled me.
Log big. Log not strong.
Suppose they fed you well.
They did.
We'll
Log
make
very well fed.
sure that you don't waste away. Normally it's
Thank you.
not a circumstance that we consider these things, but frankly, with the unique circumstances of your arrest, I honestly, personally, am a bit dubious about your actually personal allegiance with this heretic.
Boss heretic? That don't make
Yes,
sense. Also could be boss. Log no. Boss very mysterious at times.
he worships a dangerous cult of murderers.
Oh, that cool.
No, that is not cool. That is a harmful thing to society, and frankly, I'll let you in on a bit of the secret with this plan of his, is that he stole a large amount of ordnance. She looks down at the dwarf recently, and we don't know where it's gone off to.
Oh, Log remember that.
But I have to
Boss
say,
do good
mate,
there.
that does sound pretty cool.
Yeah. Real cool place. Log like it.
For as cool as these new devices are, they do pose a great threat to our city. And frankly, I'm very, very angry about this. This is probably one of the greater threats that I've had. If you have any information about this that is concrete, I can let you out today.
Wasn't aware your people knew what concrete was.
We are not
Concrete.
savages.
You say that, but you make everything up here out of wood.
Wood is a nice material. It is soft and velvety, especially when well carved, and is more comfortable than stone in many
It
regards.
burns and it rots.
If polished and sanded properly. Nevertheless,
But no, log no boss plan.
whether that be true or you just have an intense sense of honor, we'll see.
Not log job, logging collections. Boss say guy owe money, log go collect. That it.
Can you tell us anything else about your boss?
Sneaky, smart,
We're well aware.
he kind.
In
Make
his
good
own
friend.
selfish way. You do
He always care
realize,
for log.
of course. And what about the 437 different victims he has that doesn't actually include Log? He is a rather large murderer.
Log not. Obviously, they make boss mad. They get on boss's bad side.
Normally, when people get angry, they don't go out and murder someone. Frankly, I much often get the urge, but I don't follow up on it.
Clearly, you know no boss like I do. Boss no killed anyone, or boss no deal with anyone, unless really need to.
I do believe you've been gaslit, but that is something we'll have to fix. Well,
Wait, you got a
it is
gas leak round here? God damn, we're all gonna die.
no,
Yes, that no good.
that's a figure of speech.
What that?
Nevertheless,
What?
Kai, I do believe that there is someone I believe you would like to meet, and he is actually the main driving force of this new experiment. So, dear, what are you muttering? She understands Dwarven.
Oh, just your lack of canaries. You wouldn't know if there was a gas leak or not.
I'll have you know that I actually am more sensitive than a canary, and I would be able to smell it, she says in common back to you.
And I'm pretty sure, mate, I'm pretty sure we're the canaries.
You know, that is not something I like to say out loud, but it is a obvious benefit.
Yeah, thought so.
I have a question.
I don't like you.
Does she
Yes.
have any blatant? Well, not. This isn't in character. This is
Okay, yeah.
Does she have any blatant holy symbols on her?
She does. A rather well-worn, old, and shiny gold symbol of Asmodeus, worn nicely around her neck.
I have so much hate for this woman.
The sign of someone trying too hard.
However, with your perception, Sam, you're just your passive one. You'll also notice that she does have a small side sword at her hip. It's mostly covered up in her robe, or well, her clothing. But you do notice that it actually has a hilt styled in the holy symbol of Iomide.
Would log know if have heard of her?
Uh, you're gathering that you've heard stories of some crazy bitch,
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
and you're gathering that that might be her.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Anyways, we'll go get our esteemed guest so you actually may take part in this trial, this social rehabilitation trial. I think you'll enjoy it. As she walks over past here, opens the door, and a man and two men walk in. One just generic wizard dude, intern, probably is from the school creation with the within the Department Intelligentsia. Probably here for just magical observation purposes and testing purposes. However, Kai, there's someone you immediately recognize.
I totally read his name as Basil at first. It's
Elisol-
nothing like Basil, but I read it as Basil.
Elisol Ironhand, an old master within one of the monk institutions, known for wearing heavy armor, but you'll notice that he's not actually equipped for combat and he's wearing more of his ceremonial robes. This is Belisol Ironhand, a master of within the Iori school teachings of self-improvement and self-perfection.
Log lifts his manacled hands and sort of waves. Hello, bold man.
Hello.
Hey up, mate.
Yes, I believe we found ourselves a rather interesting group here today.
You can say that again. I'm pretty sure I'm probably the most normal person here.
Hey, I'm perfectly normal. Just because I don't
You're
fit
really not.
just because I don't fit your definition of normal, you don't fit my definition. You're a weird thing. You are.
Think dwarf. Normal.
Well, judging by the fact
Out
that
and strong.
we've gathered information about him using strange and new inventions and technologies, I wouldn't classify the dwarf as noble in
That just
many
means he's
regards.
smart. Smart, good too.
What is good, but only if it is tempered and filled with respect. He looks at
Aye,
Kai as he says that, not at Sodir.
The
aye.
intense.
You can learn some things about tempering and respect from my people.
I have. That's why we're giving you an opportunity. We think
And
you all have potential, and frankly, with a little bit of innovation and much like that intelligence that we like to cultivate around here, we can give some improvements. Sigilite, could you present what we're doing? Uh, the mage comes in, places a box on the table. It lands with a rather heavy thud. And opening it up, he pulls out these metal rings that open on one end with two large crystals on it, uh, on the sides. We're well aware of the hostile environment of the basement and the penitentiary. It's something we're working on. So we're putting forward a group effort to make, wow, we don't really have a term for it yet. Worker communities? We know that your personalities will be strenuous, but forcing cooperation due to interesting problems should help reinforce the ideas of mutual cooperation.
Log no know what those words mean.
Yeah, I think it is time for a demonstration instead. Since you spoke up, he takes the disc from uh, the mage and will come forward to log.
Hey, hi. What you do?
He will
Log no
sim-
like callers.
It's something you'll have to deal with. Don't worry, they don't weigh anything. You
Hey,
won't notice
hey.
it.
Oh,
And he'll put it on.
Eat his head, lizard man.
no.
Are you actively resisting, or are you just saying no?
Log. He's saying no, and he's just sort of backing, like leaning back.
And it will just sort of, with a quick motion, it'll flip and click into place. He's surprisingly quick for how old he looks. It quickly resizes to Log's neck and fits comfortably and not doesn't feel like it would chafe in any way. You hardly notice it. It's a light alloy of metals. It shouldn't hinder you in any way. Is
I
it
feel now.
comfortable?
That not feel bad.
Good.
He's like necklace. Better than
Exactly.
normal. Better than most
That's
things.
what we were going for. Additionally, just so you know, large man, if you would, you can tap the front crystal of the necklace. I believe you should have enough movement in your hands to do so.
Yeah. Move.
The crystal in the front starts to glow. It has a little light to it, so you can activate and cast a light spell on yourself.
Hey, light. Light good. Log like that.
Parts of the caverns below can be rather dark. It should help you. Do note, the red crystal on the back will do nothing. It is more for my purposes.
Let me guess. Log know this, I bet.
Oh,
It insurance, ain't it?
no. Ideally, it's not. I wouldn't attach something so savage of a device to you, and frankly, when the
Hmm.
intelligentsia suggested it, I shot it down immediately.
Then, waste.
Waste.
Waste a good chance.
No,
It useful tactic.
it is a useful tactic. It's a bit savage, though, and when the goal is rehabilitation, I don't want to be hanging a sword of Damocles above your head. It would be unnecessary stress for your recovery time. Understand?
Sure.